Here we are at the Handyman Training School, and we are here with Malachi, and he's finished with his training with the painting and drywall trade, and he's holding up his certificate, and it says Handyman Training School Certificate of Completion, Mr. Malachi. And now Malachi is not interested in his own business because this school actually helps with their own business, and we also pay for it also. He's actually interested in building, so he's going to go further in school. The only thing that we are going to help him with probably is he's going to get the education from the college, but we're going to give him the hands-on here.
Yeah.
Right. So Malachi, just for the other people who didn't believe that this school was hands-on, what is your experience being here?
My experience being here was, I say, really shocking and surprising. When I first got here, I wasn't expecting to be right on to painting as well. At first, it was confusing, but I got the hang of it over time. And the best part about this school is that you get the practice. You get the practice on your skills, practice for a while actually, and you just keep going because repetition is really key. And doing anything with painting, construction work, if you practice it over and over, you get good.
And that's and that's a good question, Malachi, because most people believe the best training is on-the-job training, which actually is the worst for us. Like you said, the repetition is the best.
Repetition is key. You have to practice it over and over and over. It's just like you're doing homework at school or something, or studying for a test. In order for you to master whatever subject, you have to practice it over and over. So here is the same thing. It's just hands-on only, and you practice it over and over and over until you get it right.
Right.
And that's what I like about this school.
Yes, and also we got you some, how do you say it? We got you to learn a lot about the different paints.
Oh, yeah.
And the different ways to do things by videos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we definitely did that also. And what about the knife and the drywall and the carpentry? What did you learn through carpentry with drywall?
I learned that I didn't know that you have to measure top and bottom to get the so when you get the right measurements, so that way the drywall can fit in. So that was actually really good in the cuts. When you're doing cutouts, I never done that before. I did, my first time was kind of bad, but after doing it for a couple times, I gotten good. So, like, again, repetition is key. And here you'll get the practice over and over and over until you get it, and then that's the best part about this.
And did you use a lot of tools with drywall?
Oh yeah, a lot of tools with the nail gun, and you screw in the drywall. It's really, you use every tool you need. Even a knife, you cutting it out. It's really good.
What about the techniques we use for you to do drywall repairs?
The techniques, so the technique is when you're cutting. So yeah, when you make sure you want to be precise, like especially with the when you get to the mudding part, you want to make sure you be precise with your cuts and stuff. And measurements, you make sure your measurement is right, and that's really good.
And for instance, too, we also was hands-on with the measurements. How did we learn how to use the tape measure? You remember?
How we learned, I don't remember that. I remember I knew how to use the tape measure when I got here, so that was for me. I really can't answer that, but I can say learning the tape measure is very important. It will let you we teach you how to use it, so that's another good plug. And make sure you get the right measurements, the set points, all of that. That's all for using the tape.
Yeah, because we trusted what you said, but we had to prove it. So
yeah.
So we had to use actually a 2x4. Remember? Mm-hmm. Now you remember, and then we tested you on all the measurements.
Yeah.
Hands-on again.
Yep.
Yeah, because you said you knew how to measure, but we had to test you on it.
Yeah.
That way, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I have practiced measurements a long time, but when I came here, I had to be refreshing. But I did remember all the steps how to read it.
Yes.
So yeah, the smaller ones were the 16s, A's, 4s,
Right.
and a half. So yeah, I remember it.
And also, how did you enjoy the charity work by us going out and helping the community with repairs and painting?
Oh yeah, that was charity work. Actually, made me more confident into doing even painting, using mudding, and doing drywall. That actually made me more confident into my skills. Cause there it's just like you're at a different place, so it's not like you're there just let's just practice and do all the mess. So no, actually teaching you how to clean up after yourself, wash over yourself, and be neat. So yeah, they're doing the charity work actually helped me be more confident in my skills. Doing all of helping others too with the painting, the mudding. It was just great, and helping others, seeing their face smile is actually really good.
Right, because I think the one charity job you did, we actually helped save the lady stay in her home.
Yes, and that was a big one. Patching out the holes and stuff.
Yes.
That was great. And then after the finished product of it, made me see how painting and drywall actually go hand in hand. Because what we did, we used the drywall, put over the drywall, then we mud it, put tape in, and then after it's dried up, you paint over it, and it just looks like nothing's there, and that's the beauty of art.
Right, and about how many holes did that homeowner have?
That was like 12, I believe. Yeah, it was 12. It was 12 holes, and it was not easy because that was my first time ever going to a different place, unfamiliar place other than the school, which I know. But again, like I said, once you practice here and get the repetition here, it shouldn't matter. You shouldn't struggle as much doing other people because you've been practicing here. It's just you just gotta learn how to be neat and clean with your work. But other than that, yes.
So in other words, you're saying that you are well experienced to do drywall repairs, and painting.
Yes.
Professionally.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe you. I've seen it with my own eyes. And last question, would you recommend this school for other people, especially your age, which is 18, right?
I'm 19.
19.
So if anybody want hands-on, this is the school. If you want to learn how to paint and do drywall, it's free. It's really good. And he got other courses as well if you can attend. But all I gotta say, it is hands-on 100%.
And also Malachi came from the Work Source program from DeKalb County, and that was absolutely free, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, DeKalb's doing a good job with that.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
No problem.